are a climate positive company.
Yeah.
So I guess that you are deducting more CO2 out of the world than you're adding. But can you tell me a little bit about that and how did that come to being?
Yeah. Yeah. So in 2008, when we really focused more on climate, it was with the world's first climate labeled menu, so our guests could choose, make more informed decisions because they could see what was low and high climate impact of our foods. And since then, we worked to reduce our emissions, but we realized that already then we were also emitting emissions. And what should we do with everything that's emitted? And so we started planting trees to cover 100% of what was then everything from the farmer's land to the guest hand. But in 2018, we turned 50. And we thought then that the biggest thing we can do to honor our history is to build something for the future, and not just for ourselves, but for the world. So we created the world's first climate positive menu. And that means we're measuring the whole value chain, everything from the farmer's hand to the from the farmer's land to the guest's hand, and even the guest's journey back and forth to the restaurants. So the whole value chain, and then we work hard to reduce those emissions, and we have reduced the emissions from the food, which is 80% of our footprint, with 30% in the last 6 years, according to World Resource Institute. So we're also doing that. But the third step, so measure, reduce, remove. The third step is to remove more carbon dioxide than what is emitted today. And we do that with projects in Nicaragua, in Uganda, and in Mexico with smallhold landowners. So it's a program to reduce poverty, reduce erosion, reduce drought, and these trees also increase biodiversity, and they protect landowners' rights, these smallhold farmers. So a lot of local benefits, but they're also then reducing 110% of the emissions that our whole value chain is emitting. And we call that climate positive, and we know that it's not a perfect concept. We don't know what happens after 20 years with the trees. So it's kind of sub-permanent, it's often called now, today. It could be permanent. We've lost so many forests, and this is reforestation projects, but we don't have proper guarantees.